Welcome, creative friends. Edna Eady here from The Creativity Activist. I am hot off a 57-hour journey to get home from the United States. The best thing was my bags actually made it after many a delay and many an extra stopover. Very excitingly, I got to spend a good amount of time in good old Hobby Lobby. I actually had a strategy to go to 2 stores because the last time I was in the States I could only manage 1 store and I was a bit disappointed. So this time I managed 2 stores, had plenty of time to look around, and a good portion of one of my suitcases was dedicated to this haul in the end. So here goes, a quick walkthrough of what caught my eye and I could not leave in the store. A gift card. Didn't load any money on it, but they were happy for me to take one, and I'm a bit obsessed with this gift card, so I thought I would use it in my memory keeping somehow. And I always buy a short ruler every country I go to, so it was fun to buy one that wasn't a plain silver ruler, and I'll definitely remember that I got this one in my 2025 trip to the States. And then these bows had to come home with me. The Paper Studio definitely features in this haul, and luckily enough, and there might have been a bit of research involved, I shopped for this when the Paper Studio was 40% off, so that's quite a significant saving. But these bows had to come with me. I really wanted to buy more than one packet, but you know, this was kind of at the start of my trip, and I didn't quite know how much room I was going to have by the end of it, and I can tell you my suitcases were extremely heavy. So I got those, one packet, and then these Stickabilities, silver, lots of different textured borders, really liked those, and I absolutely loved these, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't get more than one packet, to be really honest, but black and white and the bows on them, love a good label. So that definitely came home with me. And then for some reason, I randomly picked up these glittery stickers. I think they were one of the first things I bought, and I just didn't really edit anything. If I picked it up and decided I liked it, it came home with me. So that came home with me. And then the Christmas items were actually 50% off. Not that that was going to motivate me to buy or not buy, but I was happy to get that discount, of course. Some felt bows, all red. Would have been nice if they had come in multiple colours. Maybe they did, but they didn't have them at the store I was at. And then I really loved these acrylic pink bows from the Christmas range. And these were really lovely as well. They're like, what's that art with the punch and the wool? Anyway, they're really furry. Gorgeous. Loved these little cars, 3D stickers, more bows. You'll see a bow theme. These are like 3D, not 3D, but they're raised acrylic stickers. And some little puffy stickers. Loved these trees, would have liked them to come in silver, but they just came in green. Yeah, I might have got multiples of some things and I haven't edited all the multiples out. These Christmas trees, acrylic once again, even the stalks are attached there, so they were fun. And then these are also Christmas. It's like a sticker sheet that people are putting on the outside of glassware, but I might use that for a different purpose. So they were the only Christmas items I bought. I did really want to go through the decorations and see if there were some things for dangles in there, but I resisted because they take up a lot of space. Anyway, you know, sometimes you then sit there in your hotel room and go, will I go back and get some more things? And one time I did. I went to Texas, so I had to buy some cowboy boots. There's quite a few of them. This pink one really took my fancy. Loved looking through the discounted section. There weren't that many things in either of the stores that I was in, but I managed to get a few things. I liked this silvery world. And then these bows were super cute. I love them, little acrylic stickable bows. Might have got a couple of those. Another cowboy boot. Another bow. This is like an iron-on sticker. I loved these gold charms, really quite chunky. Loved these little fruit charms. Really hard to find tiny charms, I find, so I managed to find a few of those, and I couldn't resist these tiered tassels, the little ones. Loved those. So there's some of the little things that I purchased. More little things here, some more bows, more pastel this time. Love those, bit hard to see. Really loved these hearts. Might have bought more than one packet of those. And then I got some of these La Petite bows from Tina earlier in the year. So I knew I wanted to buy some. So I got some black and some pink to go with the ones I already have. And then I got more than 2 of these black and white bows. Absolutely love those. And these are bows, but not the velvet kind. Really loved those as well. Let's keep going through these flat packs. Had to get at least one more packet of these bees, which I really enjoyed using, that Tina sent to me. And then some acrylic cherries, they're popped up. And some doubled up, what do you call these, strawberries. Loved those. Loved these daisies. Love these cherry blossoms, and they're more than 1 layer. Some of them are 3 layers. Loved those. Lots of hearts, people. Loved the hearts. Lots of really good options. We really wish we had all of this in Australia, of course, but we don't. These are like not 3D, they're the same sort of acrylic bows, but all in pink. Might have got more than 2 packets of those as well. Hearts, stickabilities, and then similar but in the stars. Loved those. Absolutely loved these silver hearts. More bows, pink and black, and like fabric patches. $7.49. Even at that price, I thought that was a good price, but I got 40% off. This was what, $1.12? Not sure how I'm going to use that, but I couldn't leave it there. Absolutely loved these silver alphabet stickers. And at the first store, there was only 1 packet, so I managed to get another packet at the next store. And then these are transfer stickers, bows and daisies. And they're primarily made to go on blanks like these bookmark acrylic blanks that I bought. So I'll probably use them for that, but I'll probably also use them in other ways. So I got 2 of those bookmark acrylic blanks and 1 of the blanks in the bows, which I really love the bows. Might just get rid of some of these things. Also from the discount section, 82 or 87 cents. What a bargain. And then these I could not leave behind either. So pink, orange and dark pink tassels. All of the jewellery was 50% off, including all of these charms. Got myself another cowboy boot. I loved these little hearts, and they've got silver findings on them, which is right up my alley. And then these little charms also, because they had silver findings and they were little. And then these ones have gold findings, but I really loved the colour of the little roses, and they kind of change depending on what sort of paper you're putting them with. So they were all really lovely and definitely came home with me. I might go through the last of that jewellery last. I also got some neutral zipper bags with the big white dots on them. I love these bags. I could have bought about 17 different varieties of these, but just decided to get one, and I went with the most neutral so it would go with lots of things that I'm making. And then in the bakery section, I bought these molds, which people use for making chocolates, but I use them to make clay pieces and wax seals, those types of things in my creative space. So I got these, do they have a name? Not specifically, but these are like fleur-de-lis type designs, hearts, and then couldn't go past the bows. These ones are quite deep, so I'm not sure how I'm going to go with that, but give it a go. Worst comes to worst, I'll start using them in my baking. I got myself a new silicone brush, $6.49, bit of a bargain. I'm going to try out these acrylic markers, so like a paint marker, I think. Round tip, $1.99, 40% off, so worth a try. These are stars from the beaded section, and these bow paper clips. There's like a whole packet of paper clips in white, light pink and dark pink. So I had to get those. Had to get this gaffer tape that was pink bows for using on packages. And then I also was very restrained and only bought these 2 packets of flat cards. There were so many that I really loved, particularly the bows. I'm very regretful that I didn't get the bows. But anyway, I bought the craft ones. They're scalloped on the edge and I figure I'll be able to use those in my card making ventures. And then the only really container that I bought was this bow container. Loved it. I was very restrained in only buying one. They're only $2.99. Did really love that. So I bought that. And then for Hobby Lobby, finishing off on these beads that were all 50% off. So that was a big bargain too. So some strawberries, some tulips with greenery as well as the flower. Some apples, really love the colour wave on these apples. And then lots of pink things, so hearts. These have got little bows on them, and then the tri-heart there. Some plain old everyday black, but I really love the glitter on these. And then some plain silver, also loved the metallic sort of finish to those. And then finishing off with lots of glitterness. So pink, multicoloured, furry, and finishing off with the cowboy hats, which I just couldn't leave there given where I was visiting. So that concludes my Hobby Lobby haul. I was really pleased that this all made it home in one piece and I had the best time shopping there. And yeah, what else can we say except please find out a way that we can access all of this great goodness in Australia. Hope you enjoyed looking through my little Hobby Lobby haul. You'll be seeing this in plenty of the makes coming up, including some Happy Mail that I have planned. So watch out for that. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a creative day. Enjoy.